In a highly controversial move, the design platform Canva announced that it would be increasing its subscription pricing structure. Known for being an accessible, beginner-friendly tool compared to graphic design software favorites like Adobe and Figma, the costly increase is a disappointing evolution set to estrange its current users and further deter the professional design community. The company states that from December, subscriptions will go from $119 per year to $500.
On today's podcast, we're tackling Canva's recent price increase. Is it a case of added user benefits or a strategic play to charge more for their widely used, easy to navigate design tool? So welcome to the Creators Initiative podcast, where we have a raw and authentic conversation about creating media our way on our terms. I'm your host. What am I? There's a lot of titles I have these days. DP, editor, entrepreneur, and unintentional part-time content creator. Leia Low. Yes, we're sticking to that name, so I don't have to hear about it later. In today's podcast, we're diving. I don't really know sure what D we're doing here. I'm just kidding. But we're diving into Canva's staggering 300% price increase. Okay. I've never seen such a number. And let's just simply ask the question, are they leveraging their loyal users to help, Lord have mercy, be with me in my voice today, because I just messed up that whole sentence. Let me try that one more time. Okay. Are they leveraging their loyal users to tap into a new market? And what are our options as small business owners who are affected by this price increase? I'm going to try to be the voice of reason and a source of encouragement during this, quite frankly, irritating time as a business owner and, most importantly, a creative, because we kind of don't have a choice in our business these days to not be a creative. So let's talk about this possibility, this toss-up between a routine price increase and a possibility of price gouging here. So let's first dive into, is this a routine price increase, okay? So from my research for this podcast episode, I kept seeing this repeating jargon. I don't want to say it, but I saw that Canva execs wanted to keep driving the point home that the reason why they had this staggering 300% price increase was because AI, because they added new AI features to Canva subscriptions. So the two AI features that they added were one called Visual Suite and the other which is called Magic Studio. So of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm just going to talk about the AI features and go on and live my life. I'm going to go into detail about these two pieces of AI software that we are getting as Canva users and subscribers, right? So the first one is Visual Suite, okay? They came out with this thing called Canva Docs. And Canva Docs is a collaborative online document creator and editing tool enabling you to use all of Canva's 100 million plus library of design assets while creating text documents. You can create and embed designs like whiteboards, banners, and brainstorms directly within the doc as an alternative to exporting your created designs and then importing them into a service like Google Docs or Microsoft Word. An additional feature called Docs to Decks enables you to convert the finished document into a full presentation at the click of a button. I mean, save money, live better Walmart, I guess. That's the epitome of what we're going on here with this Visual Suite. But it doesn't stop there, because everybody has to start making a website, right? So Canva websites got to have options for some kind of one-click website with no coding, okay? So they came out with Canva websites, and it's an easy-to-use website building tool that could lure users away from other services like Wix or Squarespace. Canva websites will offer hundreds of responsive templates that allow you to create a functional website in minutes with, most importantly, zero coding experience. So that's what we're going to get out of the Visual Suite and why it has raised our prices by 300%, our subscription prices by 300%. But it doesn't stop there, of course. You had Visual Suites, but now you also have to talk about Magic Studio. Okay, so Canva describes Magic Studio as the world's most comprehensive AI design platform for organizations and individual users. There we go. Providing a host of new tools for automating labor-intensive tasks like converting designs into other media formats or instantly editing images through generative AI. The suite introduces features like Magic Switch, which allows users to instantly transform an existing design into another format, such as converting a blog into an email or social media post without needing to manually change the layout or update the copy text. The feature can also automatically translate your design into over 100 languages without leaving the page. It is a nifty way to generate multi-channel campaigns from a single design and save designers time that's better spent focusing on more demanding tasks. Now here's some more points here. Canva has also added a new text-to-video capability to its Magic Media tool, previously called text-to-image, powered by Runaway AI. The new feature can be used to generate short videos from text-based prompts or an existing image uploaded to Canva's asset library. The videos can then be used on the platform or exported as an MP4 or, I got it, I'm not going to mess it up, GIF. Okay, because I like to say GIF and then everybody comes for me. So GIF to use in other projects. Magic Media's text-to-image tool has additionally been updated to provide a wide range of style options for any result for those who want to try out alternative AI image generation apps. OpenAI's DALL-E and Google's Imagine are also now available on Canva. Yeah. I was on a roll there without messing up and tripping over my tongue. But Google Imagine are also now available on Canva's apps marketplace, or Canva's app marketplace. Some new photo editing tools are also included in this release, like Magic Grab, which can select and automatically separate any subject in an image to edit, reposition, or resize it, and Magic Expand, which expands an image outside of its frame, just like Adobe's Generative Expand tool for Photoshop. You can find a full list of all the new tools coming to Magic Studio on Canva's website. So let's talk about it. So the first thing I thought of when I was reading through all this and you know, getting my thoughts together and researching this episode, because it was at the time a hot topic on Threads. I don't think it is. It's died down, and I should have came in here a long time ago to film this podcast. But hey, I do have a job, a 9 to 5, and projects that are due. So here we are. But I still want to talk about it. It's still relevant. I think it's going to be beneficial to you to listen to it and watch it today on YouTube. So the first thing I thought of was, oh man, this is going to save me a lot of time if I ever find myself doing this type of work, this type of stuff in Canva. It's going to save me a lot of time, and which means it's going to save me money, because time is money. Sometimes I don't feel like I need to go into the weeds, but maybe I should, and give examples of how less time spent on remedial tasks makes me more money. But I don't think I can stay on topic without going down a rabbit hole to do that. But the deeper you get into your business, into entrepreneurship, you're going to see firsthand what it means truly that, what is it? Wait, what does it say? I don't even know what the tag I'm saying is. I done lost it. See, this is why I couldn't talk about it if I wanted to. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll maybe get it back later. So yeah, I just thought about that. And also too, and how the time that I'm spent doing remedial tasks could be spent on things that can actually move the needle in my business. You know, I think about, actually, here's the best example. When I come here in the studio to record these podcasts, I cannot wait till the day that I have a studio, a podcast studio, where everything is just set up. I never have to readjust the tripod. I never have to readjust the light, readjust this light here that gives you that nice little, what is this? I don't even know what they call it. Design. How about that? Design over here, making sure my plant is here in the background, kind of centered, and this behind me is not like shooting up out of my head. Like I'm in, you know, position to desk. Like I have to do all this stuff every time I come in here, you know, because I share the studio, and also too, I'm doing other jobs, so I usually take this stuff with me, right? But I have to set all this up. It takes about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you know, if I'm just going slow, maybe 15 on a good day if I'm going really fast. But there's just no way that I can just have an idea and just come in here and shoot. Like also the studio is like 20 minutes away from my house. So, and then the other stuff is in storage. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And so the time that I'm spending setting up, breaking down, driving to the storage unit, driving out here rather than it be in my house or whatever. Yeah, it's opportunity cost. This is the epitome of opportunity cost. But I got to do what I got to do right now to get where I want to go. So it's fine. I'll get through it. I'll get it done. But this is probably one of the best examples with this price increase of just being like, okay, everything is done in this one app under this one subscription. And that's pretty convenient, because time does add up, especially when you're spending it on tasks that don't move the needle to grow your business. So there's that. Let's see what else. I feel like that's all I really had to say about that. Yeah, everything just being in just under one. And by the way, it's probably a big point. This is very annoying. Having multiple passwords for multiple different softwares that you use. Like I can think right now at one point, I was using multiple softwares to send clients their photos or their videos for them to download, and using like another software for them to review and leave me notes. And now I just use WeTransfer for everything. And with WeTransfer, I'm able to add my branding to the website. So like when they're waiting for their stuff to download, my work and my logo and my branding, all that stuff is like on rotation, like a screensaver. It's very professional. It's very sleek. It's very nice. While down, like also sending like huge files, like you're talking about 500, 600, 800 gigabytes worth of data. Yeah. So that's nice. Instead of having to, send a review through Dropbox, send a link through, I think I used Smash was one at one point, view photos on PicTime. Like I have so many different subscriptions and I have so many passwords. And that stuff starts to add up if you really think about it. If you're paying for one subscription, like back in the day, I have a subscription with PicTime, $14 a month. Then I have a subscription with Smash.com, and that's $14.99 a month. And then I have a subscription with Dropbox, that's $14.99 a month. And then I have another subscription with Frame.io so that people can review and leave notes. Like that's $14.99. And I'm being actually sarcastic because I think some of them were $36.99, others were $59.99, one was $14.99, one was $9.99. I got to keep up with all of them. I got to pay for all of them, plus tax, and I got to remember the passwords. This is what I'm talking about. This is what Canva was thinking, probably had in mind of just like, this is all going to be in one place under your Canva subscription. Just go to a different tab and do what you got to do. And that's nice. That's convenient. Like I said, when time is money. Okay, so we talked about the price increase. Is this just a routine price increase, or is this price gouging? So first things first, I never think you're stupid. I don't think you're dumb. I don't think you know these terms. But just in case you don't, let me let you know. Let me fill you in on what price gouging means, right? So price gouging is a term used to refer to the practice of increasing the prices of goods, services, or commodities to a level much higher than is considered reasonable or fair by some. So can't talk. Lord have mercy. Canva, two C's together right there. Canva created. It just really tripped me up. So I apologize, my faux pas. But anyway, Canva created a product that was needed in the creative marketplace. Quick, basic editing of images and a vast template library for everything else. It's the basics plus starter templates. So Canva has now fulfilled a much needed need. It's quite impossible to find someone who owns a business and is a content creator or works in a communications department that doesn't currently use Canva or has used it in the past. Which means a lot of people are in between a rock and a hard place. The choice is to pay the new subscription price or pay some other software, which is harder to use, like Adobe. Now I'm going to say this. I've said this behind closed doors. It's not like I'm keeping it a secret or anything. I'm ashamed of what I said. I just never said it on a podcast or anything like that. But I've always said that Canva is Adobe Premiere for dummies. And I don't mean that offensively because I am a dummy. And that's why I love to use Canva. I was so elated when that was an option, when I was trying my best to figure out Adobe Photoshop, because as you guys know, I am not a graphic designer. I am a filmmaker, okay? I am a producer. I am a director of photography. I'm an editor. I am not a graphic designer. And even though Photoshop has obviously some similarities, lingo and different, sliders and whatnot, like it does in Lightroom. So it's not like super duper learning curve. It still overwhelms me. It's still a lot. And there's a reason why it overwhelms me, because it's not meant for me. It's not meant for somebody like me who's a novice to just hop in there and just like fool around and do something and create a work of art. It is for graphic designers, professional graphic designers with creativity that's limitless. And that is what Adobe Premiere is for. No, I'm sorry, Adobe Photoshop. It is for them. And that actually leads me into my next point, is that, actually, no, it doesn't lead to my next point. I actually finished the point. Look at you, girl. Shout out to you. Staying on topic. Wow. Somebody would have thought I took Adderall before I came here. Anyway, but no, you have to choose now. You have a choice to either pay the price or figure out a software that is not meant for you, like Adobe Premiere, that is meant for professional graphic designers. So therefore, Canva's the GOAT. Canva really is the GOAT because it is Adobe Photoshop for dummies. And that's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of because I'm a dummy and it is what it is. It's got me this far. So there's that. So let's talk about whether Canva's price increase is just a routine price increase or is it price gouging? What is it? And I'm going to tell you, it's actually neither. It's neither just a regular old routine price increase or them trying to take advantage of you and your loyalty, okay? So Canva is trying to appeal to a wider corporate audience since they have plans to go public in 2026. Now, here's another example of me not thinking you're a dummy, not thinking you're stupid, but if you're just now getting into entrepreneurship, small business, you're just now like caring about the NASDAQ and selling bonds and investments and what is another thing? That was a thing. Robinhood app and investing, money into different stocks, all that stuff. This is what we're talking about. When I say that they're going to go public, this is what I mean. They're going to go public with their business in 2026 and place it on the NASDAQ. I don't know if they're going to call it KV maybe, KVA. I don't know. It's always cute how they come up with their different acronym, short, whatever, for when they go public. But anyway, they want to go public. They want to go public in 2026. And so Canva currently is valued at $26 billion. Adobe is valued at $254.69. So $254.69 billion. And then there's Figma, which surprisingly, I never heard of Figma until I was researching this episode. So there's that. But here's the thing. Just because I didn't hear about them doesn't mean anything because they're valued at $12.5 billion. And so Figma and I almost called them B&H, Adobe are Canva's competition. Obviously, Adobe's valued more because it's Adobe, but this is Canva's competition. And if they want to sell the company and they no longer want to be considered the underdog or often snubbed by creative professionals as a juvenile design platform, then they're going to have to expand their product offering and unfortunately increase their prices to offer the features that for the majority of us didn't ask for or even need. Because honestly, like, it sounds good, like, yeah, it's great and all that stuff, but like, I really don't need it. I don't. It's cool and all, but I like legit don't need it. But hey, I get what they're doing. It sucks, but I get it. Okay. So what does this mean for you and me who really rely heavily on Canva for our business and brand? So we really only have two options, okay? So the first option is pay the increased price, of course, all right? And I want to make this emphasis because this was a thing that was getting on my nerves. This was truly running me up a wall when I was on Threads, was the fact that everybody was going off about this, but nobody was explaining that it was for teams. So if you're like me, you're solo, you don't share your pass, whatever, you don't have team members, you don't have to worry about the price increase. It's still going to be like, what, 119, 129, I don't even know what it is per year. You don't have to worry about the price increase unless you have a team. And then the first year is 30% off to like kind of ease the blow, and it's going to be that crazy amount it is, for the year. Respectfully though, I'm thinking to myself though, that was the crazy thing when I was on Threads, was just like the anger, which I get it. I mean, hey, you have a right to be angry, frustrated, what the heck. But what it felt like was the people that were talking about, what about small businesses and what about people who can't afford this and stuff like that? Listen, if you have a team, like a legitimate team, I feel like you should be making good money. You should be very profitable. This is not going to shut down the business. This is not going to put you in the red. You're not going to be breaking even because Canva went up and now it's going to cost you $500 a year. Like, I pay $500 a year for Artlist by myself. I mean, like, I try not to be disconnected and be like, bro, it's not that big a deal. Like, I mean, spend $6,000 on a camera. That's just the body. We're not even talking about the lens. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. We're in business. This is what we have to do. We got to spend money. Got to spend money to make money. Scared money don't make money. All that stuff. Like, I don't get it. And so that's why I was just like, I get the frustration of like, whoa. Like, there were some people like, why would you send this in an email? Like, just, oh, by the way, we're going up $300, going up $600. Hope you're cool with that. Like, I get how they did it, how they approached it. It was kind of like, whoa. Like, I thought we were closer than that. I thought we were tighter than that. You could do a little bit. You could be like more personal with me, telling me that you're gonna raise the price that much. Like, wow, way to blindside me. I thought we had a deeper connection, not for you to do that. But whatever, it is what it is. Like, I get that, but it was like, they really was people like, small businesses are gonna go under. They can't survive, bro. Like, and I was like, whoa, chill out now. Like, no joke. I hope and pray that this increase is really not the thing that just does you, because I mean, you can use Unfold maybe. I don't know. Like, it was just like it really felt like chill, calm down. Let's just breathe for a second. I don't really think anybody who has teams should be that up a creek with this price increase. Yeah, it sucks, but like, calm down. I think we need to manage our money a little bit better if that's the case. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like, literally your only choice is to pay the increased price and use the AI features to your benefit. Save you some time, which means it's going to save you some money, or better yet, it's going to save you time so that you can make more money because you're going to spend time doing other things that move the needle that helps you make more money. Now, option 2, here we go, is that you're going to have to use Adobe Premiere. You're going to have to use some other software, and you're going to have to learn how to use that software. And I talked about it before. Stuff has not changed. I feel like I had to get a whole degree. I really had to go to school and sit down day in and day out to learn Adobe Premiere. Dang it, Adobe Photoshop, because it's not meant for me. It's meant for professional graphic designers. And here's the best thing I can think of, or I can explain when it comes to Adobe Photoshop, is that it's just so powerful. Even though they got a little bit easier, generative AI, all that stuff, generative fill, all that stuff, Adobe Photoshop is just so in depth and just so many tools that you can use. The possibilities are endless because that's what it's meant to be. Like, it's supposed to be endless. So whatever you have in this head, in this mind, you can create it with the tools provided for you in Photoshop, and it's so unlimited. And that's how I can relate to it when it comes to Premiere. I get now why it was so hard for me in the beginning to use Premiere, because there were so many tools at my disposal that I can just nitpick and refine anything that I create or edit in Adobe Premiere, and that's why it's powerful. Now, of course, everybody has their feel for Adobe Premiere, which is fair. I know the sucker slows up, takes forever stuff to render, files on the export, and now everybody's switching to DaVinci Resolve. It's like a whole thing, but still, if I am getting hired by a company, in New York or whatever, like, they're all using Adobe Premiere, so we can share, projects, and we can open them up locally and collaborate on them and the whole nine, right? But I get it now. 10 years in, I see why Adobe Premiere was so hard to use when I started, because it was for professionals. It's all these powerful tools that I can use where no matter where my imagination and my creativity takes me, I can create it with this tool. And so Canva, you know, these tools out here like Canva are meant for people to have a starting point, to have a template where they can go in there and just, you know, replace titles and text and the logos with their logos. Like, it's already created for them. The creation is already there. It's set. All they got to do is plug and play, plug and play, plug and play. And you really don't find a powerful, responsive, reliable software out there other than Canva, which is why we're in a rock and a hard place, because it's like you can't find that anywhere else. You can't find all the assets and everything that is Canva, right? So you're just stuck. And here's the thing, and I've been thinking about it just because now I am partnering with a graphic designer and a web developer, just thinking about how we're coming together and we're bartering our services. Like, by the way, this is probably the best, like, this is the best example of like bartering your services, because everybody's like, let's barter, but it's never beneficial. Like, somebody's benefiting, one person's benefiting while the other one is not benefiting at all out of this relationship. It's very parasitic, okay? But no, this one is symbiotic, baby. This one is symbiotic, okay? The years and the knowledge that he has in coding and graphic design, especially the fact that he went to college for it, is something that I need right now, right? Versus all the knowledge and years and the gear, the money that I spent on my stuff to create the content that he needs, right? So this is where we're benefiting both each other, because he could totally learn and he can save up the money and buy the gear, but he needs to grow his business today. Shoot, he needed to grow it yesterday. Same goes for me. I need a website that attracts my ideal client, that attracts the type of projects that I want to work on, that actually shows that I am legit, that I'm not to be played with, okay? I know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for quite some time, and I'm very confident in what it is that I do. I need my website to reflect that, and it doesn't, because I'm not a graphic designer. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to design anything. I used a template from Squarespace, and it got me this far, but it's not going to get me where I need to go, right? And so I could spend the time learning how to do that, but I don't have the time, because I need to get those clients last year. Shoot, at this point, I'm probably going to have to wait and get them next year. So I don't have time. So therefore, this relationship works. And it's kind of the same example here with Canva. It's like, yes, it sucks. Yes, we got to pay the price, or we have to sit and learn how to use Adobe. Okay, and I don't know where you are in your business. Like I said, there's a certain clientele that I'm trying to reach. So he's even helped me improve my my logos and my brand colors and everything that I built in Canva to get me started, so that I stand out, which is another podcast episode. But so that I stand out and I look different, I look professional, I look legit, right? And that's what I'm just saying. Like, depending on where you are in your business, where you want to go, you probably should have been moving on from Canva anyway. But for us who's getting started, we're just trying to keep content. We're trying to look professional and all the things, and we're not trying to be professional graphic designers. This is where we are. This is where we play. This is where we need to stay. Okay? And so, I mean, like, that's your choices. That is your choices. Okay? And so as of right now, like I said, there's just not a simple yet powerful design software out there other than Canva. But I want to give you a story, because I know you didn't ask for it, but you're going to hear about it anyway. So I have strong opinions. I don't know if you can tell I'm a very opinionated person, and they're very strong. But I have strong opinions about taxes, and I feel like a lot of other people do too. But I have strong opinions about taxes, and I have strong opinions about fees I have to pay to my local city and state just to conduct business. And I have a very, very strong opinion, and maybe harbored resentment, probably anger, really, in some instances, but over these taxes that I have to pay, because I just thought about how I didn't even my old business name, I haven't dissolved that. I have to go through, I do so many stupid stuff I got to do. You see what I'm saying? Or else owe them $75, which is not bad. It could be worse, but still, it's just like, dang, it's another thing I have to do. I know somebody's like, bro, I paid $3,000. My point exactly. But what I'm saying is that I always have to do something. I think of a LegalZoom. I'll go down a little tangent, but not too much of a tangent. Of LegalZoom at one point was calling me every other week or sending me emails, which were very not threatening from them, but just being like, if you don't pay this, and you're gonna have back to all this stupid stuff. And I paid, which I realized, that's why I don't think I heard from them. I paid $800 at one point to them for the same thing, and I shouldn't have, because they kept sending the email out saying like, I need to pay this fee. I need to pay this fee from LLC. I need to pay this. I need to pay this. This new law came out and you got to pay this. It's always something when it comes. Like, you're going to know this. Like, if you're thinking about it and you're working on it, sole proprietor, LLC, S Corp, corporation, all that stuff, there is always a stinking fee that the state, wherever you're doing business, has passed, that now you got to pay $300 just to say you live at this address. Another $300 just to say, yes, that is your last name. It's like really always between $300 and $500. It's not a simple like $15. Like, sure, I got that. It's not a $35, not $70. It's always $350 or $500. Where it's like, bro, I have to budget for this. Like, this is not I got that. Especially in this economy right now. So yeah, which is it getting better? I don't know. I can't tell. I'm at home, so there's that. But still, it's just like, bro, every time, just to have an LLC, just to say that I exist, it's always something. But here's the thing. I want my business to succeed. I want my business to grow. I want to scale it. I want to make a good living from my business. And so I'm not going to let that stop me. Yes, it pisses me off. It drives me up a wall. It's just like, bro, I feel like you're doing this so that I give up and I quit, especially if I don't have it. Y'all pretty much shaking me down saying I got to give this to you in the next 30 days. It's a lot. It gets exhausting. It really does. But, and here's the thing, I do believe in this country that they make it hard for small businesses to start, to get a start. I think from what I heard is that it costs $40,000 to start a business in the United States. So it was like, who has $40,000? And also who can take out that loan? Like me graduating from college with $80,000 in student loan debt, I can't even approach a bank or anybody to be like, I want to start up and I want to take out a loan for $40,000. But baby, you already got $80,000 on you. That's securing interest. Are you really gonna, it's not, my credit's shot, like all these things. So I can't even take it out. The best bet I have is a grant of like $500 or $3,000 for marketing. That's all I can do. And so, yeah, I believe in this country that it's not meant. It's not meant. It's just they make it really, really hard for you to start a business. So you really have to be dedicated. You really have to just drown out the noise and just put your head down to start a business in this country, because they make it so hard. But it's like once you get past that, it's a breeze. Like, you got it. You're making the money. Now you're a Fortune 500 company and you go sell the company, right? But they make it so hard, because I just believe that they want to keep monopolies and not have give consumers an option 3, And so where I'm going with this tangent is that don't let a price increase from Canva, like all these other people on Thread that were just going on a tangent, was going on a riff, was just up in arms and done. Please do not let them, who clearly their goal is to sell their company in the next 2 years for more than what it's worth. Don't let them get you all riled up, you all just fed up and like, I'm done with Canva and I'm going to go use Adobe and take all that time trying to figure it out. And it slows down your business, slows down your progress. Do not let them affect you making money, period. Okay? It is what it is. It sucks. In some instances, it is not right, but this is business. And we got to do what we got to do to make our money. That's all I got for you. That is all I got for you. Okay? Okay. But thankfully, though, and I have hope that hopefully they'll have an option for people. Probably not, though, because I'm just thinking about if they give that option, then everybody's going to go for that option, not use AI, and then they're up a creek because they can't afford it. But still, I'm hopeful at least for a solo creator. Sorry for the teams, sorry for the businesses. They got a team, but for our solo creators, that we won't have a price increase, that it'll stick through 119. But here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you this right now. For me in my house, if it goes up, I gotta pay for it, because I got 2 choices. Either I pay for it or a hired graphic designer. And best believe a graphic designer is going to be 10 times more expensive than Canva will ever be. But here's the thing though, if my business is making money like it should, it's profitable, and I'm making a point to stand out from everybody else, I won't be using Canva in the next 5 years anyway. So I don't have to worry about the Canva price increase. And so that's why I want to encourage you today with this episode. Just don't let these people mess with your money. Don't let them mess with your money, because this will not be the last big company that is vital to your business that decides to increase the price because they see that there's a need and they can do it and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? Make your money, and better yet, have an internal team where you don't even have to worry about Canva. You just got rid of that whole subscription. But for now, it's not affecting us if we are solo and we don't have a team. And if we have a team, increase your prices. That's all I got to say. It's really all I got to say. If you're providing value and you're solving problems and making life easier for people, yeah, increase your price. Don't be afraid to do it. Look, they weren't afraid to increase your price. It was on you. So save money, live better, Walmart. Okay? So thank you for listening to this episode of the Creator. Dadgummit, I was on a roll. Okay. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Creators Initiative podcast. I hope you found this episode valuable. If you did, share with a friend, because sharing is caring, and rate this podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And I will catch you in the next episode. I love you. You're doing well, as I always say. Maybe I'll come up with something better. I don't know. Bye.